Welcome to Elite Motorhomes. It's Ashley going to be conducting a handover on a brand new Bailey Adamo 754i. I'm going to give you a brief overview how to use your vehicle, how to winterize the vehicle, your drainage points and the basic 12 volt electrical system. So we'll work our way around the vehicle and just to give you an overview of what the actual unit looks like. This customer is actually collecting today and I'm going to be teaching them how to do it. So to start with, at the front you have access via the cab for your diesel and your AdBlue. If you pop that open, you have your 2 points here. Give them both a click open. So there is your diesel input and your AdBlue input. Let's talk about the AdBlue. AdBlue will come up on your dashboard and it will indicate when you are to top this up. Do not go ahead and top any AdBlue up without the dashboard telling you to do so, because AdBlue has a shelf life on it. The other benefit of these doors is when filling up you can close the door and then access and fill up. Just do remember you need to close them prior to driving. To the right hand side we have the 230 volt electrical hookup, which is located just to the left hand side of the habitation door. What you have is a basic 230 volt unit, just a plug and pull play system. That's if you want to use any 3-pin sockets in the unit, you'll need that, or to run your heating off of it. So in this unit here is your toilet cassette, and your toilet cassette is located just inside. So you will need to lift that little toggle up and give it a pull towards yourself. That should move really freely. If it doesn't move freely, it means that the port inside underneath the toilet isn't closed correctly. Do not yank it out because you'll break the unit. This unit itself is a Thetford unit, and how the system basically works, inside your toggle, which you move from left to right, will open and close the porthole like so. For filling and draining, you can pop this like that, just like so. Open it up and you can add your chemical liquid, whether it's blue or green, depending on if you go for the eco-friendly one. The other benefit from this locker is it does come with a wheel and a pull along, because they can become quite heavy. And again, just pop that down and lock it into place. So when you are emptying, you want to make sure you activate the button. So you want to push the button in, put your point of flow direction in, get into a good sturdy position and press this button on the left hand side. This will release everything. So what a lot of people do will then go ahead and fill that with a little bit of water, give it a good shake around and dispose of that further as well. You then would put your fresh chemical inside, close the lid up, and you would return the unit back as so. So that is what it looks like inside the unit, and pop that in and make sure you are locked into place so it won't move anywhere while travelling. Do make sure you lock it via your habitation key. The nice thing with these is this habitation lock is actually the same as the garage locks as well, and for your habitation door. As we go to the side, this is your fresh water fill-up point. Your fresh water fill-up point is located like this. So on this system, it is a whale pump system. So it comes with the vehicle anyway. You plug the unit straight into the vehicle, and then that will attach via a hose pipe entry in wherever you're filling that up. But that does come with the vehicle already, and that will pump in to your freshwater tank. When we get inside, I will show you how to drain down the freshwater system, but that's how you fill it up from the outside. Then, within the rear, this model benefits from a very large garage with tie-down points. They don't come with spare wheels, the Ford unit, so this is actually a foam to get your home kit. You activate the foam, it will make the tyre completely solid, but you do need to change that, unfortunately. Once the foam kit has gone in, you can't save the tyre thereafter. Comes with a mains hookup lead anyway, and these two cushions inside are actually to make the bed in the front of the lounge You drop the table down and enter these 2 cushions in. It's a really easy configuration actually, but a very spacious garage on this unit. As we walk round, you have a pre-mounted bike rack if you ever choose to have a bike rack, and they do come with a reversing camera from standard, which is a nice benefit as well. Another access point for the garage, you have your boiler point, so you may well be able to hear the boilers actually activated. I've turned this on so it's nice and warm for the customer when they turn up, and the hot water's all working, so I get to show them. But on this bit directly underneath, you will see the handle. This handle on this side just here, this is how you drain your grey water. So anything which goes down the plug hole will need to be emptied, and you will do so basically by pushing in and pulling the unit, and that will show you how to do that. Moving round to the right hand side, we have the gas point, so the gas bottle holder, sorry. So this customer went for just a single bottle. I think he'll add an additional one in. So this is a 6 kilogram gas bottle. So that's all been gas tested here at Elite. And that is your Truma regulator on there as well. So you do need to make sure you turn your gas bottle off while you're driving. We always recommend that you do so, and that is on your gas safety inspection record. So that is a basic tutorial of the outside. If you do want to enter underneath the bonnet, you enter your key in, click to the left to open it, hold it to the right and lift the bonnet directly up. So heading on inside the vehicle, we put some mats down so when I'm setting the unit up it doesn't get their brand new carpet dirty, but just to give you a good look round the unit. It's very spacious and open plan. This one has it's really good gadget for the Bailey. They've put a hard top surface on the top of the cooker rather than it being glass, so it gives you extended work surface, and again you do have this for extended work surface as well, so it does benefit from you being able to utilise the full kitchen top, which is good as well. Loads of cupboard space, and it will move me on to the first item in here, which is the fridge. So the fridge I've turned on for the customer. You will see that we are on the electric hookup. I'm just turning the whole unit directly back on, and it's prioritised the electric hookup. So it does have an automatic function. A means it will always prioritise the 230 volt electric when connected. It will move over to the driving battery when you have the ignition on, and if you have neither, it will start clicking and it will go onto your gas. So just clicking up above here, so this is your 12 volt control panel. So this will tell you your battery voltages, vehicle battery, the leisure current, internal temperature, external temperature, water level, so it's showing 60%, waste level 64%. I haven't drained that since I've bled the whole system through, which I will do shortly. You can battery select, which I just recommend you leave it on the leisure. You will need to put the fill tank function on, and the water pump to pump the water in from that whale gauge on the outside. You have an internal light system button and an awning light button. You have this button which will move the table up and down, and then you have all your separate light switch buttons all there. If you go for a TV, they do come preloaded with a TV bracket on with the power connections in the top right hand corner, which is a nice benefit. And they come pre-built in with a TV aerial. So the TV aerial is quite a standard TV aerial on here. I believe it's a status one. And all you will do is you undo the catch like so, and you pop it up, lock it into place, and this you turn round to get your signal. But you can't have that up for when you're travelling, so make sure you put that down and lock that into place like so. So by the kitchen area we have the Truma heating. So the first indication is a motorhome with a thermostat. So we're going to select what temperature we want our vehicle at. So let's go for, say, 25. Give it a click in the middle to accept. The second one, a thermostat with waves, which is water heating. Give that a click. Eco, hot, or boost. What I tend to say to the customers is eco I do the washing up on. Hot I tend to put on for a shower. And if I'm being a little bit impatient and I fancy a shower quite quickly, or if I need to do some washing up quickly, then I will put onto boost. So in this instance I will put onto hot. And to the right hand side of that we have what functionality we want to use. So what consumption are we going to use? So as you can see 2 electric bolts and you can see a gas bottle. Give that a click. So currently I've got the whole system running off the gas. You do have a few options. So a mix of 1 kilowatt of electric and gas, 2 kilowatts worth of electric and gas, just primarily only on the 230 volt hookup, 1 kilowatt or 2 kilowatt. That is all your functions which you can use on there. So because I was running it off the gas, I can actually see the electric hookup. So rather than using the gas, I can move it over onto the electric hookup. The 2 bolts have come up to say I'm using it on electric 2 kilowatts. If I actually click into that again and click it to 1, you see the bolt change. And 2. What I want to do is accept that. The last icon I use for ventilation. So this is, I need to put the blowers on to make sure it's blowing the hot air around, which is all good. So these are showing you that your hot water is activating. It's flashing to say yes, it's accepting it. And then that will get all your blowers going within the vehicle, which get pumped round via the circular ducts there. It's a good temperature in here at the moment anyway, but that is the basic functions on how to use your Truma heating. So that's gas and electric for your hot water or your air blown heating. So because I've activated the heating directly, this is on the hot setting. That is just coming through remarkably hot already. So I've only had the unit on for about 15 minutes and that is very hot. They do take a little while to drain from time to time depending on where you're sat and what aperture you're on, but yeah, that is your hot water. So the only rule really with hot water on is when I say to my handover clients is not to turn the boiler on, which is a hot water setting on here, unless you know there's water in the boiler. So you would go ahead and use a whale system outside using the pump, entering the water into the fresh water tank. You will then come to here, open up onto the hot setting, and you should have a flow like this coming out. If you don't have a consistent flow coming out, that means your boiler isn't full. So it will spit at you and then you will get a consistent flow once it's pulled water through from the boiler. Do not activate that wave thermostat on there until you have done so, because essentially you'd be turning the kettle on with no water in it, which is obviously not a very good thing to do. So when you're going to winterize it, you need to know how to drain down the boiler. And you also need to know how to drain down the fresh water tank to then reaccompany when you come back. So if you have a look in here, you can probably hear the blowers. I can certainly feel them coming out. They definitely work and they do come out remarkably warm. So underneath here we have an access hatch. If I pull that access hatch out, this actually shows you your fresh water tank. So that's the top of your fresh water tank. To empty your fresh water tank, you will empty via, I call it the plug of the bath. So on the end of this metal wire is a plug. So you'll just pull that up and out and that will release all the water directly underneath your vehicle. Obviously when you go to fill that unit back up, make sure that plug is back into the bungs, back into the hole. Otherwise you're just going to fill up water, entrance into there, and it's just going to drop directly straight down. So now you know how to empty the fresh water tank. Underneath here, to the right hand side of the island bed, if I remove this carpet, there is another access hatch. So if I remove that, it's really good how they've done this, because it means that cosmetically it looks quite nice, but you've still got storage which you can use. But if I pop these to the side, the yellow tag to the left hand side there is in a landscape position. If I pop that up to horizontal, that will drain my boiler. So on this you have a 12 litre Truma boiler. You will just need to give that a click up and that will drop directly straight underneath the vehicle. So you need to drain your fresh water, which I've just shown you, your boiler, which I've now just shown you, and on the rear axle you have that pull lever for your wastewater. 3 things to drain: boiler, fresh water, wastewater, and then you'll be winterized. The last thing left to do, would be go to a tap, open your tap up, put the water pump on and push any water out the system, just to make sure that there's no freezing pipes for when you are winterizing the unit. That pops back into there, and like I said, go ahead and use that as storage, and we'll pop that directly back in there. Carpet back on the poppers, and there you go, you're back to normal. So this is a lovely vehicle, I must admit. The island bed is lovely on here. Separate shower and a separate toilet as well. Nice thing is you can close the door off, and there is a secondary door here as well. So it means that you can have this as a centre changing room, which works really well. This particular customer went for a manual. Predominantly they come in a automatic. They're 160 brake horsepower on the Baileys. They haven't gone for the Accent unit or the Connect unit in here. They've gone for the basic radio system in there. It does come with the cab blinds, which is a nice benefit, and that is where the reversing camera comes through. So this is just a brief overview of how to do a handover on a Bailey 754i Adamo. I will go into greater depth with the customer directly, showing everything working, i.e. the cooker, how to exactly use the aerial, and that is my basic tutorial on the 754i. Hope you enjoyed.